Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a huge puzzle in the business world. Where does a company's real value actually come from? The answer is, well, it's pretty wild, because most of it you can't even see.
All right, so let's just dive right into this mystery. It all starts with one single kind of mind-bending question. I mean, really think about this for a second. If you could add up the value of every single Apple store, every factory building iPhones, all the computers in their offices, you wouldn't even be in the same ballpark as its multi-trillion-dollar value on the stock market. So where's the rest of that money coming from?
You see, what we can physically see, the buildings, the inventory, all that stuff, it's literally just the tip of the iceberg. It's the small piece floating above the water that everyone notices. But underneath the surface, that's where the real magic is. There's this massive hidden structure that holds almost all of the company's real worth. So what is this hidden value? What is this invisible force that makes up the bulk of that giant iceberg? Well, it's time we put a name to it.
The answer, and this is the key word for today, is intangible assets. Now, that sounds a bit technical, but it just means something a company owns that has no physical shape, but holds very, very real economic value. You can't touch it, but trust me, it can absolutely make or break a company.
Let's break it down real simple. Tangible assets are the things you can kick the tires on: machines, buildings, cold, hard cash. Intangible assets, they're the invisible powerhouses, things like knowledge, customer relationships, and even a company's unique culture. Okay, so intangible assets is a pretty big category, but inside it, there are three absolute giants that do most of the heavy lifting in today's economy. Let's meet them. First up, and this one might surprise you, is corporate culture. I know, it sounds a little fluffy, right? Like something you'd see on a motivational poster. But in the world of finance, it is a rock-solid, incredibly valuable asset. It's the DNA of a company. And this fluffy stuff has a hard cash, bottom-line impact. A great culture, like the ones you hear about at places like Google or Tata Group, isn't just about free snacks. It means you attract the best talent, you spend less on hiring, your teams innovate faster, and yeah, your profit margins get better. It's a genuine competitive weapon. And here's the kicker. This is what makes it so valuable. Any competitor can try to copy your product, but they can't copy a unique culture that you've built brick by brick over decades. That makes it one of the most powerful, defensible assets you can possibly own. All right, giant number two. This one's a bit more what you'd expect: intellectual property, or as you probably know it, IP. This is basically the legal armor a company puts around its best ideas. And IP isn't just one thing, right? It's a whole toolkit. You've got patents on a new drug formula that can be worth billions. You've got trademarks like a world-famous logo that give you instant recognition. And you've got trade secrets like the legendary Coca-Cola recipe that can be a company's crown jewel for more than 100 years. IP generates cash and builds a fortress around a company's best ideas. And that brings us to our third hidden giant. And honestly, this one might be the most important of all. It's the people, the specialized talent inside the company, or what analysts sometimes call human capital. Now here's the crazy part. You'll never see our awesome engineering team as a line item on a balance sheet, but its value is absolutely off the charts. This is where innovation comes from. A small team of brilliant designers or scientists can create things no one else can even imagine, driving the company's success for years to come. And look, the list doesn't stop with those three big ones. There are tons of other intangibles. You've got things like loyal customer relationships that mean you spend less on marketing, or one of my favorites, network effects. Think about WhatsApp. The service gets more valuable for everyone simply because more people use it. That creates a massive wall that's almost impossible for a competitor to climb over. Okay, so we've met the hidden giants. We know what they are. But the real question is, just how big are they? You might want to brace yourself for this next number because it's a big one. Get this. In most modern companies, especially in industries like tech or biotech, these invisible, intangible assets make up a staggering 80 to 90% of the company's entire market value. I mean, just look at this chart. It says it all, doesn't it? The physical stuff you can see and touch, it's maybe 10% of the pie. The other 90%, the real engine driving the business, it's all invisible. It's the culture, the patents, the brand, and the brainpower.
And if you think this is all just theoretical, let me give you some real-world proof. There's an accounting term for this called goodwill. When one company buys another, any money they pay above the value of the physical assets is basically the price tag for all those intangibles. We're talking billions of dollars paid for things you literally cannot see.
All right, let's pull all these threads together now. We started off with this big puzzle about where a company's value comes from, and now we've uncovered this massive hidden part of the answer.
So at the end of the day, it all comes back to that iceberg. If you only look at the factories and the inventory, you are only seeing the tip. To really understand a company's power, its potential, and what it's truly worth, you have to look beneath the surface. You've got to see the whole thing.
And that really brings us to the big takeaway and a question for you. Now that you know about this hidden world of value, what's the first intangible asset you're going to look for in a company? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, before you go, please leave a comment and tell me which stock or sector you'd like to see analyzed next. Seriously, I read every single one. You know, here on your Analyzer, the goal isn't just to talk about stocks. It's to actually explain and teach these core ideas so you can go out and analyze companies for yourself. So for more deep learning and market insights just like this, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Disclaimer. Educational content only. Not SEBI registered. This is not a buy/sell recommendation. Invest at your own risk.